What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Hope y'all having a great Wednesday today. But listen, y'all, the more I sit and think about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, right? And I know people might say, well, Mac, you late. When I think about this whole situation, I believe Kendrick Lamar baited Drake into dissing him purposefully, so he could try to get Drake up out of here. So he can set Drake on fire and light him up for the whole world to watch. Now, I don't believe he's doing it because he's jealous of Drake in any shape, form, or fashion. They've been having problems since they control verse, right? And that's why I believe that's where all the issues stem from. And he ain't been liking what Drake been saying. He ain't been liking Drake for years. And you can tell by certain songs he's made, DNA, All the Stars. He was dissing Drake on like so many different songs over the years. And a part of me, I really wasn't paying attention until I go back and looking like, damn, he dissing him here. And Drake was sending shots to him as Drake was dissing Kendrick throughout the years. Drake was doing it wasn't just Kendrick. Drake was dissing Kendrick all throughout the years in different songs, throwing shots here and there. I believe Kendrick Lamar just got fed up and say, you know what, man, I'm finna light this dude up for the world to see, because this dude think he's invincible and he can't get touched. And I believe he did that verse on like that on a song with Future. A song with Future on like a club banger. So my mama love like that, right? He did a verse like that on a song that even like dudes that don't even listen to Kendrick Lamar like that, like they would hear that shit. People who don't even like certain conscious type rap, people who only listen to party drill music, they could hear that verse and say, damn, hold on now. He sending shots at dude. He did that intentionally so this verse could not be overheard. It can't be skipped over. None of that. I'm going to do it on a song with Future. So you can hear Drake. Drake was going to hear it anyway, but for the whole world to hear it, right? And then I'm going to bait you into responding to me. Now, he never had no problems with J. Cole at all. Him and Cole cool. That's why Schoolboy Q came and say, hey, no, man, his TDE brother, black hippie brother. Hey, no, Cole. Stay out of this, Cole. This is not just no in the spirit of hip-hop dissing. This is not no just competitive dissing. Kendrick don't like Drake. Drake don't like Kendrick. Kendrick can't stand a lot of stuff that he feel like Drake represents. So he said, okay, I'm gonna drop this I'm gonna throw some little jabs and see what he do. Now, right? Now, when Drake responded and he started talking heavy, all right. Kendrick didn't drop nothing. Drake dropped something again. Drop. Okay. Now respond, right? Kendrick laid back and let him feel like, oh, well, he got the best of me. I ain't gonna say nothing. I believe Kendrick already had the ammunition lined up he probably didn't have the songs done, but he probably had everything he already wanted to say already lined up, right? And say, okay, I'm going to get a beat from Alchemist. I'm going to get a beat from DJ Mustard. I'm going to get a beat from here, from there. And we're going to see what this do, right? Not see what this do. I believe the man was preparing a nuclear bomb already, just off the cuff, off the strength. Hey, listen, man. He say, okay, I'm gonna drop this bomb. And I'm gonna wait till Drake thinks he's up, till Drake is basking in his glory and perceived victory. And then I'm gonna drop, I shouldn't reference this, you know what I mean? But y'all know what happened in Hiroshima. He's gonna drop that type of joint on him. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm like, man, I believe this was not like, a coincidence. Kendrick did that on purpose. He did it. He allowed. This was like, to compare. It's like a Tank Davis fight. Tank lets you feel like you win the fight. You doing great. You landing some shots on him. You got a high work rate. You getting the crowd oohing and on. And you getting everybody, oh. Tank might be done for. Tank might be in trouble. And then before you know it, Tank is stalking the opponent, walking them down. Matter of fact, Kendrick, remember, he referenced walking Drake down on here. He referenced walking down an enemy. And he took it there. And he said, okay, I'm going to walk you down first. I'm going to stalk you. And then I'm finna give you them haymakers to get you up out of here. And see, he baited him because he knew Drake was going to be overly confident. I believe he knew. Now, I don't think he knew Drake would take the missteps that he took as far as like, you know, having his mama introduce him saying the N-word on the track. I don't think he ever saw Drake saying you be rapping like you trying to get the slaves free. None of that. I don't think he ever saw any of those things happening, but he knew he would get overconfident. I don't know if he knew he was going to say, I get more love. No, he did, because he did say, I get more love in the city that you from. That was a mishap. You know who really banged a set? My N-word YG, my N-word Chuck T, my N-word CB. Hold on. Kendrick say, got him, right there. The Canadian biracial brother trying to G-check me, we gonna take it there. I believe, and then when Drake saying stuff like, you know, you be rapping like you trying to get the slaves free, and you know, having his mama introduce him saying the N-word and all that. He said, oh, this extra. Okay, this is just for, you know, this, I can add this as fuel to the fire. You know, on Dragon Ball Z, when Goku do the spirit bomb, he collect all the energy. He collected all the energy from Drake, all the ammunition, and said, okay, I'm going to just throw this bomb right back at you. And I said it could backfire, him saying you be rapping like you trying to get the slaves free. I said it could backfire heavily on him because I knew a way that Kendrick Lamar could flip that. Oh, man, he against freeing the slaves? He got a problem with it? Oh, man, what's wrong with freeing the slaves? Hold on. Why wouldn't you be with that? Why wouldn't you be a part of that? Wait a minute, man. And are you calling us slaves? Oh, what you trying to say? You talking about black folks? Like, I knew he could flip that in so many different angles. And I said, oh, shit, this boy playing this the wrong way. And again, I believe because Drake has been at the top for so long, sometimes it happen like that, man. You be at the top for a long time, and you just start feeling like you unfuckwittable. That's not a word, unfuckwittable. You feel like you're invincible. And you start feeling like sometimes people feel like, yo, none of these, they too little, man. I don't care if Drake felt like, man, I don't care if he's the biggest hip hop artist, if he's the biggest lyricist, they can't get me up out of here. Because Pusha T, even though that was a great diss, the story of Adidon, it didn't get him up out of here, right? And Drake was battle tested against several dudes, and he came out fine. And I feel like he thought, hey, yo, Kendrick, yeah, and I do believe when he said, I get more love in the city that you from, Drake mistook Hollywood, LA as real Los Angeles. And I believe it's a difference. Y'all tell me, y'all LA residents. It's the difference between Hollywood, LA and LA, Crenshaw, LA and all of that. You know what I mean? Crenshaw District and all of that. Y'all, it's a difference. And I believe in Compton and all of that, it's a complete different thing. And I think Drake is thinking about when he performs out there in LA, you know, and, you know, he get a lot of love from all these different fans. Yeah, but they ain't gonna love you more than their own native son. Hollywood might love you more than their own native son, but not real LA, Los Angeles. Not the real homegrown Los Angeles people, not the transplants. The real Los Angeles people, they not gonna turn on their own. They not gonna turn on one of their own for nobody. And I believe this man Kendrick really walked him into that shit. Like really like, okay, we finna bait you. You hear me? We gonna make it seem like I'm injured. I don't know what to do. I'm a hurt lamb. I'm gonna be the sacrificial lamb for you to show the industry that you can't fuck with Drake. You can't fuck with Drizzy. You can't mess with Aubrey. And at the last minute, not the last minute, in the nick of time, Kendrick's like, I got you. And that's really what happened, man. I was thinking like, man, this dude, Kendrick did all his own. Like he really baited him for real because he knew that the internet would force him into responding, right? Because they forced Cole into responding, even though Cole, he really wasn't beefing with Cole, but the internet put pressure on Cole to respond, and that really ain't really him like that. You know what I mean? It ain't really him like that to be doing that. And the internet put pressure on Cole. It put pressure on Drake. You know, channels like, man, like, yo, he got to respond. Everybody else, he got to respond. Drake hearing that. He had concerts. People like, yo, he giving all these different speeches. Why he ain't responding? Kendrick knew the culture would make Drake respond. Drake was going to respond with animosity. He was going to respond with over the top, over self, like he was going to respond being overly confident, with arrogance. And I mean, arrogance is needed in hip hop though. I like arrogant rap. I love it. I love it. So I'm not mad at Drake for rapping arrogant at all. At all. I love it. The problem was, he underestimated his opponent. That's the problem. And Kendrick Lamar say, okay, I got you. Come on, you say that, I'm gonna make all this backfire, and that's what happened. But I believe Kendrick really walked him into this beef and baited him the entire time. He had all this shit already mapped out and how he wanted to plan it out. Doing a concert pop out on Juneteenth, dropping Not Like Us video on Independence Day, 4th of July. Like I bet you he had a whole lineup of everything he wanted to do. Specifically, and I believe he had more tracks in the chamber just in case Drake came with some type of mega response. He had other stuff, I believe, to drop on Drake. And I believe he went into the studio all within a few sessions and was like, yo, I'm doing it. I'm playing it out like this, like this, like this. And then I believe he was just going back, changing certain lyrics as certain things happened to respond to Drake's individual tracks. But he had a lot of that already prepared and done. You know what I mean? But he was changing certain things to respond in a certain manner towards Drake. You know what I mean? So I do believe everything about this was intentional because he just don't like dude. And they've been having problems for a long time. He can't stand dude and what he represents, what he is, and how, you know, what he represents and how he, you know, uses black culture for you know, financial gain and cool points and street credibility, but don't want to stand with black folks when in a time of need, when we need a prominent voice like him to speak on certain issues affecting our community. And Kendrick don't like that. Like, hold on, man. Wait a minute. Kendrick looking at it like me and Cole speak up for black folks all the time, and our audience would look at us crazy if we didn't do it. Drake's audience wouldn't look at him crazy if he didn't do it because it's not expected of him. But Kendrick like, hold on, if you're going to use us to go post up and show that you know, you got all this street credibility, use us for edginess, you better be speaking up for our people. Come on, man. Kendrick don't like how you going at the Compton sister, Serena Williams. Certain girls and Rihanna and all of that. And he ain't like that certain stuff. And, you know, and I believe he took a lot of it and how he interacted with him personally. Stuff that he was saying that Drake was saying to him on records, he like, yo, and then you got ghostwriters, dog. Oh no, that's not hip hop. So he wanted to get Drake up out of here and obliterate him. And he won the battle.